Hello guys, welcome back to STEM Trainers. Now in the previous video we have seen modulus functions. So we have seen what is modulus function or absolute function, how to solve the equality based question or equation based questions on modulus, and how to draw the graph. So now we will continue further. So first we will start with an inequality question. So if some inequalities are there in modulus, how to solve them? So this is our first question. Mod of 5x minus 1 is greater than 3x. Okay. So now there are two methods for this. One is algebraic method, second is graphical method. Now algebraic method is not there in A level. It's not there in the textbook or curriculum. So we will go with the graphical method. But if somebody wants to learn the algebraic method also, you can write it in the comments and I will be making sure to post that video. Okay. So whenever this kind of question is there, now you can see that modulus is there on only left side. So what you do is, as we are approaching this with graphical method, so first we will draw the graphs of both the functions. So let's draw the graph first and let's see what's going on. So mod of 5x minus 1. So first we will draw, I think we discussed this, first we will draw 5x minus 1 and then whatever part is below the x-axis, we will take reflection of that. Or by now, I think if you have practiced some questions, you already know that this is going to be like this. Right? This point is nothing but 1 by 5 comma 0. So this is my graph. And we already know this also, that this straight line is going to be y equals to 5x minus 1. And this straight line is going to be part of this straight line, minus of 5x minus 1. We already have done this. Now y equal to 3x. So y equal to 3x is again a straight line passing through origin. So it will be something like this. So this is my y equals to 3x. Okay. So now we have drawn both the curves. Now we need the modulus to be greater than 3x. So you can see that. Now if I shade this part. So this part of the modulus is above the straight line y equal to 3x. So that's our answer. So all the values of x in these two shaded part will be our answer. So that's a graphical method of solving this inequality. Now the question is, how do you find this point? Let's call this point as A and this point of intersection is B. So let's find point A and point B. So at point A, we can say that point A is point of intersection of y equal to 3x and y equal to minus of 5x minus 1, right? As we can see in the diagram. So let's solve them. So let's equate them. 3x is equal to minus 5x minus 1. So this will be nothing but 3x equals minus 5x plus 1. So we are getting as x as 1 over 8. So this x is 1 over 8. Okay, so when they say solve the inequality, it means we have to solve for x values, right? So we are not finding the y value. So this is my point A, x coordinate is 1 by 8. Now similarly, I will find what's the x coordinate of point B. So x coordinate is point of intersection of which two lines? Y equals 3x and y equals 5x minus 1. So again we will equate them. So what are we getting? 3x is equal to 5x minus 1, and this will be 2x, then 1. So x is coming out to be 1 over 2. So this point is 1 over 2. Now, what's our answer? Our answer is x can be less than this x coordinate of a. So my answer is mod of 5x minus 1 is greater than 3x if my x is less than 1 over 8 or x is greater than half. So that's my answer. I hope everyone is clear about this. Because whenever x is between 1 by 8 and half, my 3x graph is above the modulus graph. So whenever they say mod value of something is greater than 3x, so it means the graph should be above the graph of 3x. So I hope everyone is clear. Okay, let's go to the next question. Now we have a second question. Solve the inequality mod of 2x plus 1 is less than equal to mod of x minus 3. Now again we have an inequality. So again we will go for the graphical method. So first you need to do is quickly you can draw the graphs of both the modulus. Let's see what happens after that. So mod of 2x plus 1. So this is x is minus half. So at minus half there will be a v like this. And what is this point? This point is nothing but minus half comma 0. Okay. Now the second one, mod of x minus 3. So mod of x minus 3, there will be a v at 3. So let's say this is 3 comma 0. So there will be a v like this. Okay, so this is my graph now. Now, as you can see, they are intersecting at 2 points. Now, actually, from the look of it, you can say that it is intersecting at this. Actually, we don't know where it is intersecting. So let me just draw randomly. Okay, this is better. Okay, so we are getting 2 points of intersection. So we need modulus of 2x minus 1. That is this first graph. This is my second graph. We need the first graph to be above the second graph. Sorry, it's less than. So we need first graph to be below the second graph. So it means this part of the graph, as you can see. In this part, our first graph is below the second graph. So that's our answer. So let's quickly find this. Okay. So first, again, the same thing, we need to find these 2 points. So basically, we need to find the x coordinates. So this is a rough diagram. So let's find first. So at A, we can see this line is minus of 2x plus 1. This line is 2x plus 1. This is x minus 3. And this is minus of x minus 3. So actually at A, we have y equal to minus of 2x plus 1 and y equal to negative of x minus 3. So let's equate them. So minus times 2x plus 1 equals minus times x minus 3. So this gets cancelled. So this is x equal to minus 4. Now we have x coordinate at A. Similarly, we will go for x coordinate at B. So at B again, now we can directly equate. We can see that this is nothing but 2x plus 1. One line is 2x plus 1 and the other line is minus of x minus 3. So we can directly equate them. So 2x plus 1 will be equal to negative of x minus 3. So what we are getting in this case is, this is nothing but minus x plus 3. So 3x equals 2. So x is coming out to be 2 over 3. So this is my x value. Now, as you can see here, x is coming out to be 2 by 3, but in the diagram, it looks like that it is to the left of y-axis. So that's why I said it's a rough diagram. We don't know where they are intersecting because it's a rough diagram. Anyways, so what's my answer? So my answer for x is x should be between -4 and 2 by 3. And one more important thing, if you notice here, you can see that there is an equal to sign here also. So it means we have to use the equal to sign here also, because these points are also to be included, because at these 2 points both the curves are equal. So that is my answer. Okay, let's go for the third question. Okay, third question is the function is defined by f as x to 6 minus 2 mod x plus 3. Find the range of f. F inverse does not exist. Explain. Okay, all x such that fx is greater than 5. Okay, so first thing is they're asking for range. So this is my fx, or you can say y, right? Y fx, same thing. So y equal to fx equal to, this is my function 6 minus 2 mod x plus 3. So as you can see here, we have done this also, you also know this, that any mod value is greater than or equal to 0. Right? We know that mod value can never be negative. We know this, that's for sure, because that's the purpose of mod. Putting mod means that value now can never be negative. It can be 0, it can be positive, but it can never be negative. So now you can say that our function is 6 minus some non-negative value, right? This is non-negative. Correct? So what's my range? So we can say that we will always be subtracting something from 6, right? So the maximum value that y can have is 6 when this modulus is 0. And apart from that, it will always subtract something from 6. So we can say that just by observation. This is just by observation. Obviously, there are other methods also. So we can say that my y value is always less than or equal to 6. Now, if you want to solve this by observation, you can solve this by observation also. Okay, I hope it's clear. Now, but in exam, if this comes for 2 marks or maybe 3 marks, then I don't think that if you write the observation, they will give you marks. Okay, so what you can do is, we can draw the graph of this. So this is, first is, you can use some transformation in this. Okay, let's use some transformation. So mod of x plus 3 graph is like this, right? And then if you multiply that by -2, then obviously it inverts. So it becomes like this. So, correct? And then if you add 6 in this, so the whole graph moves vertically upwards by 6 units. So my graph will be like this. I hope it's clear. The transformations. So this is actually my graph. See how easy is this? Okay, now once we have the graph, so we need to know the certain values, right? For example, we need to know this top. So we know that this top value, that is the highest point on the graph, will be when mod is 0. When mod is 0 means x is -3. So this point is nothing but -3, 6. So you can just show this graph. And if you want, you can write this point also where it intersects a y-axis. So at y-axis, x is 0. So when x is 0, so this will be 6 minus 6, that is 0. So actually, Instead of passing through this point, this is passing through origin. So actually the graph is like this. Okay, I hope it's clear. Okay, so this point is 0 comma 0. Anyways, so now the first part. So first part is pretty clear now. My range of f. So my f value is less than or equal to 6, or you can say that my y is less than equal to 6. That's my answer. B part. Why f inverse does not exist? We know that actually in A levels we have discussed only one condition. There are actually two conditions. So when f inverse x does not exist, it means the function might be many one, or many to one mapping is there. As we can see, right, many to one mapping means you draw horizontal line, and if you draw horizontal line and it cuts the graph at more than one point, if it cuts the graph at more than one point, then it's a many to one mapping. So it basically means is for different x, they are getting same y. So that's why it's a many to one mapping. So we can say that f inverse x does not exist because f is a many to one mapping. And whenever it's many to one mapping, inverse does not exist. C part. All x such that fx is greater than 5. Okay. So let's look at this problem. So now this is 6. So let's take this as 5. If this is 5, we can see that when you draw a line y equals 5, it intersects the curve at 2 points. Let's call them again the A and B. So we need my fx to be greater than 5. So for which part of the graph it is greater than 5? For this part, as you can see in the diagram. So between A and B, my fx is greater than 5. So all you need to do is again the same thing. You need to find the x coordinates of A and B. So how you can do that is, okay, first point is, let's find what is point A x coordinate. So at A, this curve is, obviously we know this is y equals 5. Now what is my modulus? So we can see that my modulus will be, okay, this is, okay, one line is y equals 6 minus 2. When modulus remains the same, it will be like this. Let me just explain which line is which. Second line will be when you take the modulus as negative. So basically modulus of x plus 3 will be minus of x plus 3. So it will actually become 6 plus 2 times x plus 3, right? So we know that the two lines are these two lines. Now the question is, which line is which line? So that I can help, we can do with the gradient. So you can check the gradient. We have all learned what is gradient. So gradient of this line is 2, which is positive, and gradient of first line, this line is, gradient is negative, right? This gradient is positive. As you can see, its gradient is 2. So which line has positive gradient? Obviously this line, right? Because this line is making an acute angle. I think everyone knows this. Okay, so this gradient is positive, and this, okay, let's call this as line 2. Let's call this as line 1. So line 1 has positive gradient. So this must be the line 1, and this must be the line 2, in case you want to know. Okay, but there are other ways also. You can just simply equate y equal to 5 to these two, and you will get some x coordinates. Then you can find, okay, whichever coordinate is less will be my line 1, and whichever coordinate is greater will be my line 2. Anyways, so if you want to know, so this is the way you can very easily know. Okay, so at a point we have line 1 and y equal to 5. So line 1 is 6 plus 2 times x plus 3 equals to 5. So let's solve this. This is nothing but 6 plus 2x plus 6 equals to 5. So I am getting 2x as equal to minus 7. So x is minus 7 over 2. So this is my x value at A. Now similarly, do the same thing for B. So at B, what are my lines? My L2 line and y equal to 5. What is my L2 line? L2 line is nothing but y equals 6 minus 2 times x plus 3. So this should be equal to 5. So if you equate them, let's find x value. So this is 6 minus 2x minus 6 equals 5. If you cancel this 6, we are getting x as minus 5 over 2. So we have x value. Now, minus 5 over 2 and minus 7 over 2. So what's my answer? My x is between these two. Then only fx will be greater than 5. So what's my final answer? My final answer is x is between minus 7 over 2 and minus 5 over 2. So that is my answer. I hope it's clear now. Anyways, there are a lot of ways to solve this C part, but this is one of the way I am just discussing, because I think you have done a lot of graphs. So I think it will be easy for you. Okay, so if anyone has having any doubt, you can post in the comments and I will make sure to reply as soon as possible. Thanks for watching STEM Trainers.